We're live, we're live, we're live, we're live. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. How's it been with you? Hope it's been great. Hope it's been fabulous. All right, nice to be here again. We're not here last week because there's a challenge going on. I hope you're subscribed to our Instagram. Yes, I hope you are. What's it called now? What's the word now? I hope you are following us on Instagram. That's the word, not subscribed. Please, if you're not following, please kindly follow us on Instagram. I'm on a 50 days challenge. I'm dropping every day the challenges of girls and then the ways to come out of it. Trust me, you always pick something for your teenage girl. There's no how you go there and then you come back to tell me that, hey, I didn't get anything. If that's the case, come and let me know. And I know that it's time to pop my game. But trust me, there's something to be for your girl. So that was what we were on last week. But now we're back like we never left. What are we going to be talking about today? And before we go right into that, just in case you're watching us for the first time, my name is Funmilola Williams. I am the lead coach at the Informed and Reformed Teens Academy. It's an academy for girls where, by the grace of God, will help you mentor your girls. It's a mentorship academy strictly online. We help you mentor your girls for them to transition beautifully into adults, and if possible to avoid their avoidable mistakes, their avoidable errors. This is what we seek to do. We're not saying that they're going to have a smooth free journey, but we're going to say that they're going to have the opportunity to go to fly on the shoulders of people that have gone ahead of them, so they do not make the errors, they do not make the mistakes that other people have made. All right, that's what it's about. And then a shout out to you, to everyone that always joins me. I don't take it for granted. I am grateful. All right, that being said, we're talking about choices today. Of course, as adults, we know that choices is the beginning and the end for us. We are here today is a product of choice. What we did yesterday was a product of choices that we made in yesteryears. What we're going to be in future, where we'll be in future, is also a product of the choices that we're constantly making on a daily basis. So, how do we help our teenagers? And every day when I see teenage girls do the things that they do, it worries me. It worries me because sometimes you know that you've been that you can say, we can say for exactitude what the end result of that kind of journey will be, what the end result of that kind of choice will be. But they don't know, they're not aware. They think that they're having fun. They think that, well, how can you help them? And why? Most importantly, my coach always says that he who knows why is superior to he who knows how. Why are they making those choices? Why will a teenager, like I was saying on Instagram Instagram session just a couple of minutes ago, why will a teenage girl deliberately shortchange herself? Why would she know that this is not going to benefit her, but she'll still go ahead anyway? Why? Why do teen girls do this kind of things? Why? We want to know the why so that we'll be able to help them. All right, why teenage girls? The 10 reasons. So when we're talking about the 10 reasons they make wrong choices and how we're going to help them. See, I already told you, girls like association. If you are here and you're watching me, please, I like you to put in the comment section. Girls like association. Whether you like it or not, you better believe it. Let me tell you, let me let you to know what is even reinforcing this for me the more. Just this evening, my daughter and her teenage sister, her teenage cousins, they were going to get something. They held their phones, and the next thing she said, "Mommy, please can I have your phone?" And I wondered what for. And when I looked, I saw that, oh, the other ones were carrying them. Do you understand? She's not even a teenager yet. That is how girls are. They like association. Please, if you're watching, put in the comment section, girls like association. So you have to first of all understand this so that you know what you're up against. You know what you're contending against. It is foolishness to not get battle and then be surprised at the intensity of the battle. It is foolishness. You should have an idea of how intense this battle is going to be. You should have an idea of what is it that your teenage girl is going to go and be facing. Girls like association, and this association has driven a lot of girls. If not for the ones that God has helped, or if not for the one God has helped again, that's what I'm going to say. This association has driven girls into places they have no business being. Girls like association. Please settle this. If you're a mother of a teenage girl here, settle it in your heart and begin to think, how do I work around this? How do I make sure that my girl is not swallowed up by this association? All right. So, what are the reasons the girls make bad choices? Why do we have, a lot of times you wonder, why is it that the same set of mistakes is what's still being repeated? repeated. So that means there's still no adequate knowledge in that area. That's what it means. There's a knowledge gap. If the same mistake you make is one your daughter is making, and that's just there's a knowledge gap. And this is what we seek to do, bridge that gap so that at least you minimize the errors. You minimize the errors. Number one reason girls like making wrong choices is lack of foundational values. I have come to find out how true this is. And this is why I keep telling us, please let your teenage girl, if your daughter is 8 years, she's 9 years, she's 10 years, she's old enough to craft out a value system for herself. That's the code of conduct that will guide her life. The earlier she starts this, the better. The better before the turbulent teenage period comes, the better before the turbulent pressure comes, the better before all of the things that will compete with you over your daughter's heart comes. Please, dear parent, let your teenage girl, let her have a structured value system for herself, not the one that you follow as a family, but the one that she believes in. And of course, how that the Bible says, whatever is noble, whatever is true, whatever is pure, whatever is of good report, your daughter's value should be crafted around things like this. So this is the time to do that work. This is the time to do that work. The girls make bad choices because of lack of foundational values. Some girls they don't even have an idea of what it is to have a value system. They don't have, they just wake, they're just growing like a palm tree. No, nothing, just going as though everything is whatever comes. But you and I knows that life is not whatever comes. Life is what you plan, life is exactitudiness. So your teenage girl has to know, what am I going to live for? What am I going to believe in? What is going to matter to me? What's going to matter to me in 1 year, in 2 years? What's going to matter to me? Because that will form the choices she will make. If your girl knows that security is going to matter to her in the long run, she will know that, okay, when we're talking of relationship, it is for a sole purpose. So she's going to know that there's no such a thing as recreational dating. If your girl knows that kindness is a call for her, she's gonna know how not to be friends or how to excuse herself from the company of mean people. So if your girl knows that empathy, integrity, if she knows that fulfillment, whatever it is, as long as it is pure, it is noble, it is whole, it is true, let your girl begin to have a foundational value system. See, that will save your life and that of your girl. Because when you're not there, when your voice is not there, that's that thing that's said in social, that you hear a voice behind you telling you this is the way, walk in it. I like to say to my teenagers that same voice telling you this is the way, it is the voice of value. It is the voice of what you believe in. I like to say that to them often. So so begin to please ask the questions. What is important to you? What matters to you? It's from there that you know where the heart lies. Then you begin to know the kind of work that you need to do as a parent. You can't assume these things. You can't just think. You can't wish these things. You have to plan it. Lack of foundational values. A girl that doesn't have a value system, everything and anything goes. It's almost cliche the way they say that if you don't stand for anything, if you don't stand for something, you fall for anything. It's the same thing. That's why this one will come and say, "Hey, see, there's something is happening here." She goes. Another one will come and say, "Hey, see, it's happening there." Then he goes. You know, like that and like that and like that. So that's what we're saying. That is what we're saying. Your girl has to have a foundational value. And if it's, they said that the best time to plant a tree is yesterday. The next best time is today. It's fine. She doesn't have it yet, but she can start now. You can sit with her, even right after this class, sit with her this evening. Let's talk together. What is important to you? What matters? What beats in your heart? Because that is going to determine the choices that she will make in her life. I hope we're learning something. All right. And the next thing you want to know, another reason that girls make bad choices is because of rebellion. They just want to rebel. And why will a girl rebel? A girl is going to rebel when she feels choked. So you have to watch it. It goes back to you. This thing that we're saying, most of it rests squarely on our table. It rests on our table. Another reason your girl will make a bad choice, just to say, I don't care what you say. Because you've said it so much in the wrong way. It's not so much about what you say, or as much as it is about how you say it. How do you talk to your girl? How do you correct them? How do you manage them? How do you manage their mistakes? How do you manage their errors? How do you do to them? How do you receive? How do you receive them? And how do you give love to them? All of this is going to determine whether your girl will just decide to just say, see, I don't care. Girls have done things just to spite their parents' authority. Trust me. Why? Because the parents, they were authoritarian. They were authoritarian. There's a difference between an authoritative parent, a parent, and being an authoritarian parent. There's a world of difference. Is it that my way or the highway, the way my coach will say? Is that everything I say, that is the way, no opinion, no, and you're shutting them out, shutting so much so that when they now have the opportunity of leaving your home, oh my gosh, they leave and then they don't want to come back. They leave and that's why they will come, they will leave. And have you heard stories? They say when she was at home before she got admitted to the university, she was such a good girl. And then suddenly she gets into the uni, then she begins to go naked. These are girls that they will back in their homes, they couldn't, they didn't dare. They didn't even dare as much as put lip gloss. Their parents, this, that, you must this, you must that. I know you have forgotten that one day that girl that you're shouting, you must this, you must that girl, one day she's gonna grow taller than you, she's gonna leave your home. What's gonna happen then? Rebellion is another reason why. That's why a girl would decide that I don't. I've seen, this thing. Sometimes I don't say it to scare parents, but it's because what I've seen. I told you that a teenager has come to my inbox to ask me, "Mommy, do you know the meaning of threesome?" I had the meaning of threesome from a teenager. From a teenager is where I had it, and I'm like, okay. And when you hear these things, you don't go, oh, you're not gonna hear another one. You hear it and then you just pipe low as though that's what you hear on a regular, that's what you hear on a steady. So when I say these things happen, please trust me, believe me, they happen. How are you handling your teenage girl? How are you handling her? Are you harsh or are you gaining her heart? In the parenting academy I belong to, this month is the month of winning the heart of your child. All you're going to do, all we're doing this month is trying to get to know our kids more. We're getting to love them more. What's their love language? What do they like? What's their aspiration? What is this? What is that? All of that is not for fun. All of that is to gain a heart, is just to gain a hold of the heart, to be able to, to softly direct the emotion, direct the choices, direct the action they're going to take. Rebellion is another reason girls make wrong choices. Because they want to breathe. They want to leave the bottleneck of their parents, the strangle, because that is how they view it. You are the one that views it. You are the only one that views that you are raising them. They're feeling strangled. When you're constantly shaming them, constantly yelling at them, constantly saying the wrong stuff to them, constantly belittling them, constantly comparing them to other people. Can't you be like that? Can't you dress like this? Can't you do the D? And one day they will leave you and say, okay, now I'm out of this house. Can I at least now be myself? And in being themselves, they turn themselves into what they are not. Because no girl is created to be wayward. No girl is created to be silly. No girl is created to just be anyhow. No girl. No girl. So watch it. When you're yelling, when you're shouting, when you're shaming, when you're criticizing, when you're doing all the things that you're doing, remember, they will bottle it because they're still young. You still have to pay their fee. You still have to give them clothes. But the moment they gain a level of independence, they unleash themselves on the world. And how beautiful will it be that by the time your daughter is unleashing herself to the world, she's unleashing virtue, she's unleashing praise and grace to her generation. How beautiful will it be? For that to happen, the work is on you. You have to review, There's such a thing they call in my parenting academy, they call it reviewing your parenting. You have to review your parenting. How are they seeing it? Are they receiving it? Are they accepting it? Are they accepting it? Or they can't wait to get out of your house so that they can prove you wrong. You'll be shocked at this Gen Alpha, this Gen Z. Gen Z is even better. Don't go to Gen Alpha. Don't go and try that with Gen Alpha. So what are you going to do? You have to review your parenting and begin to make comments where you should make comments. All right, that's another reason teenage girls, make wrong choices. Otherwise, why will a teenage girl know that party she's going? They told her, she saw the poster. They said 10 boys, 10,000 girls free. She will still go. Tell me why. Have you wondered? Because I always wonder. Boys 10,000, girls free. Girls will still go. Okay, tell me why a girl would decide that she wants to go and be stripping at a club. Tell me why. And then she strips. Tell me why. These are the reasons. Anything goes. Foundational values, rebellion. Another reason girls make bad choices is this fear of missing out. Fear of missing out. They don't want to be labeled as boring, as stiff, as old fashioned. They don't want to be labeled. So they would rather join the multitude. Fear of missing out. So how are you going to help them? Yes, but instead, when they're having this fear of missing out, please begin to give them joy of missing out. There's a fear of missing out. They say, missing out on the action, missing out on the real deal, missing out on what is happening. Begin to replace that with joy of missing out. Let them understand the beauty of not being like every other person. How beautiful it is. I say to my teenagers, I say, there's this thing that comes with knowing that you lived your life the best way you could. Instead of you're going through a particular neighborhood and everybody is whistling because why? Everybody have had their way with you. And when I say that, they say, meaning it resonates with them. That's a way to introduce the joy of missing out. I said to them, isn't it not so beautiful that they don't have to treat you? They don't have to take you to therapy because you were on drugs or because you were addicted to porn or something. That's the joy of missing out. Is it not beautiful to see that you never have the issue of somebody posting your nudes on the internet and they go, That's selling to them the joy of missing out. Do you understand? Make this thing about them. Take the attention away from yourself. Don't go like you are disgracing me, you are embarrassing me. I said to my daughter when she doesn't meet up to her, I said to her, how do you feel? She said, Mommy, I feel bad. So it's about you, it's not about me. My coach will say, I cannot shame my child's shame. Or how does she say that thing? So don't let it's about them, it's their life. Let them know that they have to own up to their lives, they have to own up to their process. And the earlier they start this thing, the better for them. Begin to have this conversation with them now. And it is not every girl that is messing up. So introduce to them. And how else do you do this thing? Let them introduce them to girls or to people that are, keeping it sane, keeping it real, so that they will know there's also joy in missing out. So that we can now downplay this fear of missing out that is making girls. Where I am by virtue of location right now, I see young girls, 13, 14, everybody is smoking. I'm like, hey, what's going on here? What's going on here? What's going on here? Young girls, foundational values, rebellion. So begin to look for, you're the one to do the work. You're the one to begin to think, okay, how this thing is calling my daughter, is dragging my daughter. How do I make it uninteresting for her? And then you begin to introduce the joy of missing out. And I just gave you 3 or 4 examples of joy of missing out. There's such a thing as not bothering about, is my period coming? Is it not coming? There's such a thing as not bothering about that because you got no business worrying about it anyway. Joy of missing out. That's how to help them. Otherwise, these people, and unfortunately, the guys in the wrong stuff, they are loud, they're vocal. They're going to sell the wrong stuff and package it to look like the right stuff to your girl. So if you do not begin to introduce the joy of missing out, let her know there's so much beauty, there's so much pride in having a goal and pursuing it with all of what you got. That's why girls make bad choices, and I've told you how to help them. Instead of FOMO, introduce the joy, the JOMO, the joy of missing out. There's joy. There's joy in knowing that, hey, I'm just not spending my, life is spent. So you don't live like you spend life. So there's joy in not spending life anyhow, because any life you spend anyhow, the dividend will come. And when it comes, it doesn't come alone. It comes with heartaches and plenty sorrows. Let them understand that. That's another reason girls make bad choices. Another reason they make bad choice, and the way you can help them, lack of deep insight. That's why. Lack of deep insight into their person. I like to say to my friends and people that are close to me, there's some things I can never do. It is not because I don't want to. It's not because I don't like to. It's not because I don't like the gratification that comes with it, but because I can't afford. Why? By virtue of I have an understanding of who it is that I am. So I can't afford to be anyhow. I can't afford to live anyhow. I can't afford to dress anyhow. Even if I want to. You know, that thing that Apostle Paul said about this life that we live is no longer us that is living. We're no longer living for us. So my life is no longer my own. So it's a place of deep insight for you to understand that. Oh, you wicked me, I wicked you back. No. You wicked me, you do something wicked, I give you your space. So it doesn't make me turn to who you are. Deep insight. You have to understand. If they're a carrier of eternal verities, so you can't afford to be just like any other person. Just like it can't. It is so expensive. I was having a conversation with somebody that just yesterday, and I said, "See, this thing that you're saying to me, I cannot afford it. Though." I know he laughed as though it was money I was talking about, but I wasn't talking in terms of money. He said, I cannot have. It's so expensive for me to buy. I can't afford it. I can't afford it. Deep insight. Do your girls really have an understanding? Do they have an insight about what is committed to their trust? Do they have an insight about who it is that they are? Because if a girl knows that truly, this is who she is, there's some things she will never stoop so low to do. If a girl knows the worth of herself, if a girl knows the value placed on her, she will not now follow a guy to a club because of 10,000 naira, 20,000 naira, 100,000 naira. Deep insight, a place of total awareness of yourself, total awareness of who you are. When your girl has this understanding, you will not have to shout so much about some certain things. When your girl understands that her body is not her own, when she understands that her body is not a temple of immorality. So she won't keep changing the body, taking the body from one boy to the other, from one guy to the other. And you begin these things early. You begin early. Deep insight. Who do you see yourself? If I see myself as a solution to the world, can I afford to now be doing as though I don't know where I'm going? Can I afford to be doing as if I don't know what I am doing? That is the conversation. That is the conversation. Lack of deep insight. And how do you help them? Please let them understand who they are. Give them a picture. I told us severally. You need to see for your teenagers far before they start seeing for themselves. See for them. You need to see for them. Ever before they start seeing for themselves. Begin to see what they can do. Begin to see their potentials. Begin to see their strength. And begin to let them know. Let them know. Let them be aware. You see that Gideon, remember the story of Gideon? The guy was down under the tree, feeling sorry for himself, feeling totally lost, feeling totally dejected. He took that angel to see for him. He said, you go and this your might. And the guy said, how can you say I'm mighty? If I'm mighty, why am I the smallest in my tribe? If I'm mighty, why am I this? Why am I that? He took the angel to see for her and to see for him. And the angel began to say to him what it is that he was saying. The same thing you do to your daughter's parents. See for your daughter. When you see your daughter, what do you see her becoming? See for her first before she starts to see for herself. That's your duty in her life. And you begin to sell that picture. You begin to sell that picture. You begin to sell that picture. So much so that your daughter becomes so absorbed in them. See Mary. Then you told her, I see for you. Jesus is coming through you. And then she goes, me like this. I don't know any man. And then the angel told her, see, it will be like this. And then, okay, let it be unto you. And unto me, according to what you have said. See for your teenage girl. And begin to sell it. If you see it, it's not enough for you to see it. You have to sell it to them. You have to sell what you're seeing to them. You have to sell what you're seeing to them. What are you seeing them becoming? When you see them when you see your daughter, what do you see her becoming? What do you see her? That is how to have deep insight. Also, study them. Study their strength. Study their weakness. How do I convert this strength? How do I metamorphose this weakness even into strength? That is what you need to do. That is your work as a parent. See for your daughter. See for what, so that, hey, other people that see things that you're not seeing, they will not snatch her in the wrong way. See for your daughter. I said to my girl, say, how about this? How about this? How about this? How about that? She goes, oh, that's true. We'll start and then we'll move. And you know what you're doing? You're also helping them to see. You're also helping them to think. You're also helping them to know that there's more to life. Can we deflect all this attention we put on the frivolities, the mundane, the physical, how they look, the hair they make, the dress they wear, the clothes they wear? I'm not saying they are not important, but there's more to your daughter than that. That's another reason girls make bad choices. Lack of it. Because if you truly know who you are, if you truly know that there are things that you're doing, or there are things that you will do, there's some things that you will never do, because you know that when you do those things, it's going to disturb your progress, it's going to disturb your movement, it's going to disturb your where you're going. And because you have where you're going, you don't want irrelevances to disturb you. Another reason girls make bad choices and what we can do to help them is lack of proper guidance. This comes to parents again. Proper guidance. Even we parents, do we know how to guide these teenage girls? Do we know how to guide them? Because we're feeling, let me tell you what has happened. Because we're thinking from the place of our own failures, place of our own mistakes. And we're thinking, I'm not capable, I'm not adequate. I said to my friend, say, you know what, when my daughter grows, the mistakes that I made, the things I did that I did not do wrong, when she's of age to appreciate it, I'm gonna say, see, these are the things and this that I should not have done. This is so that she will learn guidance. Don't say because you've failed, then you're going to fail on your daughter. Then that is when you have truly failed. Don't say because you have made mistake. Oh, you don't have the. Don't say that God gave you your child, so you are the first guardian. You are the first apostle. You are the first prophet of our life. So don't say, oh, I had that in secondary school. After all, I had that of wedlock. After all, I had that because before I got married. After all, this, after all that. So I don't have the templates. Come off it. Get off that chair and on your job. Get off that chair. Get on your job. Correct the mistakes, correct the errors, guide her, so it does not become, that's what they now call generational, whatever it is that they call it. Don't say, after all, I had her when I was 17, and so now you have had her. Can you get your trousers up or your skirts up and begin to do your job? Oh, after all, while I was in school, I also did this. Okay, so now that's gone. Can you now get on your job? Can you now do your job? Oh, after all, when I had that, I did this, I did that. Yes, all of that is done. But it's done. Your daughter is here now. What are you going to do now? Will you let her repeat the same errors? Will you let her make the same mistakes? Do you understand where I'm coming from? Get on your job. Irrespective. Guide. That is your role. That is your duty. That is your work. Don't feel inadequate because of your own failures. Can you let them aside? If you need to get healing, if you need to get counseling, whatever you need to do it and get on your assignment. Your assignment is to guide your girl. Because if you don't, they will snatch her. If you don't, they will snatch her. If you don't, they will snatch her. Lack of guidance. And that's why some people, some parents, painfully so, tearfully so, they will see the errors of their daughter and they will turn the other eyes. Come on, don't be that mother because you feel inadequate yourself. Don't be that way. Don't be. Rather, those mistakes, those errors should be a propelling force to ensure your daughter does not make the same mistake. But because you feel, oh, she's going to call you out. When she will call you out is when see, the Bible actually says is that whoever sees good and doesn't do it is evil. It's a sin. So you're sinning against your daughter. When you feel that you're sinning against her, when you feel because you've made mistakes, because you've made errors, so you do not have the moral standing to no, don't think like that. You're a parent now. You're a mother now. You have work to do. You have responsibility. So get on it and do it. Guide your daughter. That is your role. Don't say, I was once this, I was once that. All of that is gone. Do you understand? All of that is gone. You are here now, shepherding, molding. What will you make of it? Another reason girls make wrong choices, wrong pressure. There will always be pressure, trust me. There will always be pressure. There will always be pressure. There will always be pressure. But the question is, what will your daughter do with the pressure? What will your daughter do with the pressure? That is the question. That is the question. What's she gonna do with the pressure? Wrong pressure. So how do you help this? You need to thicken the mind of your girl. Toughen the mind of your girl. Toughen the mind of your girl. Have you seen them in movies? She doesn't smoke ordinarily. She doesn't smoke. But all her friends are smokers. Back to foundational values. And because of that, they're in a party and everybody is smoking. And because she doesn't want to be seen as the hot one out, she takes it. Have you seen it? I've seen it severally. Before I used to think that it was boys that does drug and all of that. But I realized now that even girls do it much more than boys. Why? Pressure. Pressure to be liked. The first thing I said was that girls like association. Pressure to be liked. Your daughter wants to be liked. Let her understand that it's okay not to be liked. It's very okay. It's very, very, as I am. So many people don't like me, but it's fine. It's very okay not to be liked. She's not ice cream. Your daughter is not ice cream. I've said it before. I'm saying it again. Your daughter is not ice cream. So it's okay. So what's the pressure for? Your daughter is pressure to do the wrong stuff for people that don't even care. Because if they cared, they wouldn't pressure. Do you understand the twist? If they cared, if you say you care about me and I've told you I'm not comfortable with this thing, why would you want me to do it? That means you don't really care. So are those the people that your daughter wants to be falling for? Are those the people to fall for? Certainly not. So dear parents, how will your daughter withhold pressure? It starts from your home. Start from your home. Start teaching her from your home that it's okay to say no. Yeah, a child that finds out to say no will fall easily for pressure. If you are here, please write it in the comment section. A child that finds out to say no will fall easily for pressure. So it's okay to say no. It's okay for a daughter to refuse. Let it start from the house. When I first heard that, it did me like backhand slap twice. But it's okay. Your home is a training ground. If she says no to you at home, it's okay. Accept it. There's a reason she's saying the no. But if she never says no to you at home, trust me, anything they give her outside, she will fall. She will succumb. There's no two ways to it. No two ways to it. No two ways to it. No two ways. So, dear parents, please, please, let the daughter start from your house. That's another reason. Otherwise, how will a girl that has promised herself? She already promised herself, okay, this is me, this is what I'm not going to go against. And then that boy will now come and say, hey, please, hey, that, hey, and come today, come tomorrow. I'm saying because of that. Because she's not used to, she's not used to saying no and meaning it. She's not used to it. So, and then that skill will not jump on her in just a day. It's a skill. Oh, you don't know. Ability to say no is a skill. Have you seen how those that can and they don't me that I am talking, I find it hard to say no to people. It came at great cost to me. So trust me, adults, me talking. I don't want, because why? I don't want to offend you. I don't want you to feel bad. But now I know that if it's gonna hurt me, I'll say no. I'll say no. And because of, do you know how many women have stayed in bad places because they can't say no? They can't say no. And then you're doing the same thing to your daughter. She says no to you, and then you go, how dare you? You have to even listen to why she's saying the no. I was praying for church in the morning, and as I was combing my hair, and then my girl came in and she said something, and I said that, please, when you're bringing out your shoes, please, could you bring out my own shoes too? I said, oh, mommy, you have to hold on for me. And she told me what she wanted to do. And I said, fine. It's okay when you're done. Because she thought that I wanted her to do it right there and then. Some of us, when our kids answer like that, is war. Third World War started. How dare you? I send you an errand. You're telling me to hold on. And then we just go on and on and on. What is it? Can you calm down? Can you take the chill pill? Can you relax? What you don't know is you're overcrowding your girl like that. And when she goes out and anybody bears down on her hot, she'll succumb. That's a trick. She will succumb. She will succumb. So, dear parents, these things are real. How many have we talked about? Number one, I've talked about lack of foundational values. That's why girls make mistakes. That's why they make wrong choices. And how are we going to help them? Let them have a value system. Insist on it. Rebellion, your parenting. When they're tired of you, they're tired of your draconian laws, your draconian, your harsh laws. Your word is law. You're lion of the tribe of your house. And when they get out, oh my. When they get out, they can't wait to unleash themselves. But my question, what are they unleashing? So you check your parenting on that. Another thing I talked about the fear of missing out, and I said to you, replace it with the joy of missing out. There's such a joy. Oh, there's such a joy. Then the next thing I said, the lack of deep insight. If your girl knows who she truly is, there's some things she will never accept. There's some things she will never do. No matter how popular it has become, no matter how much everybody does it, there's some things she will never do. Another thing I talk of lack of proper guidance. Don't feel inadequate. I wish that you are here and that you can chat that in the comment section. Don't feel inadequate to raise your girl. Don't feel inadequate. Your flaws, your mistakes notwithstanding, all you need to do is to get help, get a community, get support, get knowledge. That's all you need. No matter where you are right now, no matter where it is that you're coming from, never feel inadequate to parent your child. Never feel inadequate to parent your daughter. Get support where you need to get support. If you need to get a father figure, get a father figure. If you need to get support, if you need to be in a community, people that will help, people that will hold your hand. No matter where you are on your journey, never feel inadequate to parent your child, because that child was given to you to parent. That daughter was given to you to parent. And I also talked about wrong pressure. Learn to accept no. Learn to accept no. It will not kill you. Learn to accept no. Then the next thing I talked about, identity crisis. Oh, this is a major struggle. This is a major struggle. Identity crisis. Many girls struggle with this, even many adults. The problem with us is that we are very funny people. The things that we struggle with, then we begin to get angry with our teenage girls for struggling with them. We struggle with indiscipline. We struggle with our phones. We struggle with not making targets. We struggle with a lot of things. Then we expect that our 16-year-old daughter, our 13-year-old daughter, is that not even hypocritical? Even to in your own, because it sounds hypocritical to me. What you have not held yourself up to, you want to hold your teenage girl up to it, and that is where this is coming out. Identity crisis. Even we are struggling. Who am I? Why am I here? What am I doing? See, we that we're still struggling, how are we going to help our teenage girls? Identity crisis. So this comes back to us. Who am I? What am I doing here? What am I doing here? Why am I just here? We're not just here to fill the vacuum. I'm here for a reason. I'm here for a purpose. And the moment you begin to find answers to these questions, begin to find our essence, begin to find who we are. And the more we find who we are, the more we stay on our lane, trying to fulfill that who we are. Our daughters are watching us. Our daughters are seeing us. My coach said something that was very striking. I will never forget for as long as I live. She said, "See, don't be proud. Don't say, oh, I'm proud of my child. Rather, say, my child is proud of me." The day I heard that, if I never hear any other thing from her, I would never forget that. There's nothing that will say, I want you to make me proud. Why should your daughter be the one to make you proud? Why? You yourself discover yourself to the point that your daughter is saying, go mommy, go mommy, go mommy. How about that? For starters, so she knows that that thing that the Bible talks about, a cloud of witness, going ahead of all of that. How about that? How about your daughter looking at say, oh, mommy has done this, I can do better. How about that? Instead of you have to make me proud. And it's funny. Identity crisis. Let your daughter understand who she is. Let her understand what she carries. Let her understand what she can do. And that's why you must never take with levity any gift. Don't take with levity. Don't think, oh, she just knows how to. That's what she knows how to do. Oh no, she's not that good. Or she's just trying. What's that? What's that? That just trying that you say. If you commit 10,000 hours to it, are you aware she becomes a professional? She becomes good. She becomes the best. She becomes the most sought after. identity crisis. So the moment your daughter finds out who she is, let her begin to sharpen that person, sharpen that person, sharpen that person. Put an hour per day into building that thing. Put an hour per day into building that person. You'll be shocked at the level of transformation that will happen in the life of a teenage girl. Girls struggle with their identity a lot. Excuse me. And because they struggle, that's why they do the things that they do. That's why girls shortchange themselves. I just said it today in my Instagram live session. That's why girls short, because they don't know that they're confused, they are clueless as to who they are, as to what they can do. Same thing goes for us. Years ago, I used to think, oh, could I actually do this thing? Could I actually do this thing? But now I begin to think, oh, how can I do this thing? Because I know that it is in me to do. It is in me to do. Same thing is in each and every one of us. There's something that we can do, but are we taking time to find out? As your girl taking time to find out, because the moment she takes time to find out, she becomes so engrossed in doing that thing, so much so that she forgets the frivolities, so much so that she forgets. And as she begins to do that, other girls begin to see and they begin to follow her. Girls like association. Girls like association. So dear parents, it's on you again. You see, this thing is always coming back to us, isn't it? There's an in it. It's always coming back to us. Always, always coming back to us. Help your girl discover herself. Help her discover her identity. It will help you, it will help your girl. Hope you're learning something. And the next thing, another reason girls make mistake, misguided curiosity. Oh girls are, if they that proverb about girl curiosity killed the cat. They should just put curiosity killed the girls. Girls are curious, and because of that, they have found themselves in problems they had no business being in. Misguided curiosity. Can you channel that curiosity rightly? Channel it rightly. Misguided curiosity. Girls are too curious. They want to know, what did they put there? Why did they do this? Misguided. Misguided. Misguided curiosity. What's on their business? They want to know who is in that room, who is in that house. And then their friend will say, oh, my friend has come. And then they will carry themselves and then they will go. And then you know what happens. Curiosity. Curiosity. Misguided. So can you begin to swap that with informative and what's the word I'm trying to look for now? Informative and meaningful curiosity. Let them go and find out. If I were to start a business, how am I going to do it? If I were to learn a trade, how am I going to do it? If I were to do this, how am I going to do it? I told my guest, I say, I wanted to start doing I wanted to start designing my flyers for me. And I said, okay, how are we going to do? How are we going to do this? So shape, is about guidance. It's about applying wisdom, really. Oh, they are YouTube. Oh, okay. Can you check for me how to do this? How to everything you are doing, you are directing them to doing something that's going to add value. Everything you're doing, you are directing them to doing something that's going to add value. Everything that's going to make life more meaningful to people. That is how to do. And that is what will consume, is there in the scriptures that where your heart is, that's where your treasure will be. It's very normal. The way our hearts long for the people that we love, the people we care about, that is the same way their hearts will long for. If we've made purpose so important to them, their heart will long for it. And you know what? All you need to do, because I keep saying it, I've seen it happen to me. Once a girl is put on a track that she will follow, she will just go. And there's no limits to no stopping a girl that is put on a track that she must go. No stopping that girl. No stopping that girl. So that is it. Girls make mistakes, bad choices because of misguided curiosity. And I've told us the solution. Begin to tweak it. Begin to make them pick the curiosity in what is beneficial. I think that's the right word. Pick the curiosity in what is beneficial, not frivolities. Not frivolities. Misguided curiosity. Another reason girls make bad choices is a parental permissiveness. This one, I'm coming back there because it's very key. Parental permissiveness, and I'm going to use the parent of Samson and an Eli. I'm sorry if I'm using it, but the Bible, it's then scriptures that every scripture here is given for correction, for reproof and righteousness, and all of the rest that the Bible talked about in 2 Timothy 3:16 or something. Parental permissiveness. Most parents, and why? Because of what I talked about earlier, that lack of guidance, because you feel that, oh, I have done something wrong, so maybe I don't have the mouth, that kind of thing. This is not about this is not a friendship. This is parenting. If it's friendship, you can be thinking, maybe let me not say it now, because they say that means I'm guilty of the same thing. Come on, this destiny of your child is at stake here. Parental permissiveness. That's what happened to Samson. Do you know what it cost Samson? It cost him everything. God told the mother and daddy of Samson, this boy, this is who he is. No razor must touch his head. He mustn't marry from this. He mustn't marry from that. God, oh, not many parents get to have prototype from God. Well, I didn't. I had to go and meet God. Hey, this child on my hands, what is she gonna do? Not many parents. But these guys got prototype. The mom did that, got prototype. They got expo. They got God's cheat code. This is this. This is this. This is this. This is what Samson should do. You shouldn't marry from these people. No razor should touch his hair. Those two were explicit. What happened? No, you know the story. What happened? I mean, they had told me that this thing is poison to my daughter. And that comes to me to say, Mommy, this thing is nice. It's coated in color. It's coated in ice cream. But they have told me that this is poison to my daughter. So am I going to say because my daughter says it's coated in ice cream? See, this is not to condemn. This is not to judge. This is not to criticize. This is for us to pick lessons, our own lessons, and move. After they told them that, you would think that parents like that are told will stand their feet and insist. And are you aware? It takes us back to boundaries. These things are interwoven. Are you aware that if there had been clear boundaries for something as when he was a baby, there's every tendency because kids just test you. Do you mean they know that you not take that? They won't try it again. So if they had been doing that, boundaries, you know when we say boundaries, put boundaries. Don't let your kid think that they can do anything and everything and get away with it. It will destroy them. And that's what destroys something. What did the Bible say? He said he kept whining to his dad. He kept whining to his mom. Hey, marry her for me. Marry her for me. Come on. God told them he must not marry from here. He must not be friends with them. Nothing must touch his head. Everything God said, don't do. Samson did everything. We know what it cost Samson. It cost him his ministry, cost him his eyes, cost him early death. And that's the same thing. Parental permissiveness. Your child will test you. Your child will try to say, oh, let me see. How far can I go? Oh, they test us. Oh, they try us. I just gave us an instance. A couple of weeks back, I just saw that I started seeing ring on the hand of my daughter, and I'm like, where's this one coming from? I didn't say anything. I watched one time, two times. The third time I saw that down. Where is this coming from? Is it about to wear ring? No. No. But is she too young to wear ring? Yes. And what did I do? I stepped in immediately. Do you understand? That's what we're talking about. Parental permissiveness. They'll make wrong choice. If you let them get away with this, get away with that, get away with this, they will do the ones that will hook everybody on the neck. And it's coming home to roost. For the parents first before them. Because you're the one that will be running here and there, here and there. How did you think the parents of Samson felt when Samson, Almighty Samson, the one that carried the Bible records, I carried the city gate iron bar and put on shoulders, and I went upstairs and then he went down again. The one that carried is just his bare hand or the job of an ass to kill this, to kill that, seal of that exploits. And then he was kneeling down like a commoner. Cost him everything. Their parents, please don't be overly permissive. Not everything should go. Your daughter just called to say, "Oh, mommy, so I'm gonna this what you didn't have agreement upon, what you never discussed, and then you say it's okay, so because you don't want her to be angry." Oh, really? You're not. I hope you know that you're not your child's friend. Of course, you know that by now. You're not. Your relationship is just a tool. Your friendship is a tool to get the heart of your child. So you don't go and be saying things like, "I don't want my daughter to feel bad." What's that? Parental permissiveness. If they know that you're permissive, you can't be. Teenagers, actually that teenage stage, they want to test you. They want to tell you that they want to sleep over where they did not tell you. They want to tell you that they want to do something that they have never ever told you before. They're just testing you. I say to the ones, I say, nobody tests me as much as you guys. They're just testing you. They want to see. And don't forget, they don't need a friend at that stage. They need guidance. They need parenting. They have friends. So let it be, let it be clear. They have friends. You can't permit everything your teenage girl wants. She says, I'm going to a party. Okay, no checks, no balances, nothing in place, no escape routes, event, nothing. She just goes. Or comes on with, it's just dressed funny. And he said, after all, they are young, they are growing, and then everything goes, come on. So that in the Western world, I've seen people that have spent 25 years in the Western world and the sanity is still intact. So what are we talking about? Why are we permitting them so much? It will come back. And then when they know that they can do anything and get away with, they will make destiny damaging choices. That's the problem. There's no one to check them. You want to watch it. Finally, for tonight, the lost syndrome. As this evening, I was thinking, okay, what was that reason? And I looked at it. I looked at my life. I looked at people that I've mentored. I looked at this. I looked at that. And I said, really, there's such a thing as a lost syndrome. Girls make choices because of the lost syndrome. What do I mean? Things that is lost that they're looking for. So what is lost in the home that you think they can be looking for outside? Do you understand? The lost syndrome. What is lost in your home that your teenagers looking for outside? Is it attention? Is it love? Is it time? Is it care? Is it empathy? Is it understanding? Is it friendship? Is it play? The lost syndrome. When they feel that it is lost inside, they will look for it outside. As I dropped that point, I look back at myself. What do I think is lost in my home that my daughter can be looking for outside? I challenge you this evening because this is where I'll be stopping. What is lost in your home that you think your daughter, your teenage girl, can be looking for outside that can make her make destiny damaging choices? And that is what I call the lost syndrome. You need to watch it so you can walk it, address it, and then know how you navigate. We'll talk about 10 things, 10 reasons girls make bad choices. Which one do you think your daughter is making? Why is she making it? What are you going to do? I hope that you have learned something. And I hope that you're not too angry with me. Don't forget, it is not a journey of perfection. It's a journey to perfection. Journey to perfection. Journey to excellence. I believe in you. I'm rooting for you. I hope you have learned something. Don't forget, follow us on Instagram, follow us on YouTube, on Facebook, with Truth Academy everywhere. We're trying to grow the community. I'll be in your face again next week. Thank you and bye-bye.